You wake up. There's a metal collar locked around your neck. You didn't choose this life. You were born into it, or captured in war. Today, you are property. Welcome to ancient Rome. And you are a slave. It's 100 AD. Rome is the greatest power on earth. Marble palaces, massive roads, incredible engineering. But none of it exists without people like you. 1 in every 3 people in Rome is enslaved. You are not a citizen. You are not a person under the law. You are a tool that happens to talk. Let's live through your day and see how long you last. There's no soft bed. You sleep in a tiny room called a cella, packed in with other slaves like storage. Before the sun is even fully up, someone bangs on the door. You're awake. No choice about it. No breakfast table. No warm meal. Maybe a scrap of old bread if the kitchen has extra. You don't eat until your master eats, and only what's left over. You get dressed in whatever cheap tunic they've given you. And already your day has a schedule that isn't yours. Every hour of your life today belongs to someone else. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Slavery in Rome wasn't just one job. It was every job. If you're lucky, you work inside a wealthy house, cooking, cleaning, raising the master's children, even teaching them Greek and math, because educated slaves were common. If you're less lucky, you work in the streets, hauling water, carrying goods, building roads under the brutal sun. And if you're unlucky, you're sent to the mines or the galleys, chained to oars on a ship, rowing for hours without rest. Or underground, digging for silver in tunnels so cramped you can barely stand. Slaves sent to the mines rarely lived more than a few years. Your worth is not measured in kindness. It's measured in how much work you can do before you break. You have no name that matters. You have no family that's guaranteed to stay together. A master can sell your spouse, your children, separately, forever. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. You can be punished for almost anything, dropping a plate, walking too slow, looking someone in the eye the wrong way. Whipping is common. So is starvation as punishment. And here's something that will shock you. Under Roman law, if a master was murdered, every slave in that household could be executed, even if they had nothing to do with it, even the ones who tried to help. Guilty by proximity. That was the law. Some slaves were forced to fight and die in the arena, for entertainment. Not warriors, just people, forced into combat while thousands cheered. If you tried to run away, if they caught you, you could be branded on the face with hot iron, letters burned into your skin so everyone would know. This person tried to escape. But here's the part that really shocks people. Some slaves were doctors, architects, accountants, tutors to senators' children. Rome ran on slave labor at every single level of society, from the sewers to the Senate's private libraries. You could be brilliant, educated, skilled, and still legally count as furniture. Even with all this, slaves found small moments of humanity, friendships in the kitchen, quiet conversations while fetching water. Some masters treated their slaves almost like family, especially ones who raised their children. There was even a path forward, manumission. If you served well, learned skills, or saved small gifts of money over years, some masters granted freedom. A freed slave became a freed man, not a full citizen, but no longer property. Some freedmen became shockingly wealthy. A few even owned slaves themselves. But this path wasn't guaranteed. It depended entirely on the mood, mercy, or self-interest of the person who owned you. Your entire future rested in someone else's hands. By nightfall, your body aches from hours of labor most people today couldn't survive 1 hour of. You eat whatever scraps are left. You return to your cramped sleeping space. You don't get to choose tomorrow. You don't get to choose much of anything. You close your eyes and hope tomorrow isn't worse. Here's the twist. Slavery in Rome wasn't based on race. It was based on war, debt, and bad luck. Any person, from any land, any background, could become enslaved in a single defeat, a single unpaid debt, a single bad turn of fate. That means the person standing next to you in the market, the wealthy merchant, the soldier, Even a senator's old tutor could have once been a slave, or could become one tomorrow. In Rome, freedom wasn't permanent. It wasn't guaranteed. It could be taken from anyone, at any time. Rome built roads that still exist today, buildings that still stand 2,000 years later. But every column, every road, every grand structure was built on the backs of people who had no choice. We look at Rome's glory. We forget its cost. Next time you walk somewhere freely, remember that simple freedom was the one thing millions of people in Rome would have given anything for. If this opened your eyes, subscribe to Past Sticks, because next time we're heading north to live a day as a real Viking, and it's not what you think.